Hi there and good day. In the last episode, I've shown you a brief introduction on QWeb, the main templating engine that is used in making reports and PDF files in Odoo and Odoo 19. In this episode, I'm going to give you a technical guide, a basic technical guide in preparing reports in Odoo 19 before we create our first report. Okay. So basically, when you are preparing a report, the first step to do is to prepare the paper format because there are different types of or sizes of papers that you can use to print, okay, reports using printers. Okay, for example, the default sizes usually are A4, letters, and legal. Okay, so you have to prepare those record formats. In Odoo, you prepare paper formats using XML files. So they're just like ordinary reports, but they contain basically uh, record IDs, listing fields regarding the format, the orientation, the margins, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's very important. All reports should specify the paper format that you are using. In our example, by default, we will be using A4, but we will be using mainly four different variations: A format, A4 portrait, A4 landscape, letter portrait, and letter landscape. Now, a second important component when you are preparing a report is your CSS styles, okay? Because one of the most difficult parts in making report outputs is positioning and styling of your different report elements. No, for example, how do you position the age, the birthday, the bill of a customer? If you don't have the proper styles, no, sometimes they will overlap. Sometimes they're put somewhere else. No, positioning and styling is very important. So you have to prepare your CSS styles. Now, in this video, I'm going to introduce you to a certain improvement that I've done in the Roombill model that is used to create line numbers because we need to have a uniform line number in our list view and our PDF report. Okay, I have updated roombills.py so that it will have a line number that you can use in the report. Although you can use also a feature called index. Okay, so now let me introduce you to the paper format. To create a paper format, okay, you need to create it as close to your reports as possible. Okay, so in this example, for example, we have views. No, actually reports are just views or XML views, but we have to create. It's advisable that we create separate folder for them. Okay, so in which case, for example, no, in here, no, we have already created our wizards, no, and our transient models. We will create another folder, okay, for our reports, okay, in here. And then inside here, we will prepare our paper formats, okay. We'll name it as paper formats.xml, okay. It's just an ordinary XML, okay. So like any other XML, it should start with three different tags, okay. We've done this before, no? And of course, we should also end this with this, uh, the, the corresponding end tags. Okay, so it will suggest, no? It will suggest paper formats. Let me just copy the tags and then explain the different paper formats individually. Okay, it's very self-explanatory. Anyway, the Copilot will give you suggestions. No, you can just adapt them. Okay, so here's how we started. No, with the required Udo tags. No, so let's save this, and then let's start the first paper format. You identify a paper format using a record tag. Okay, just like an ordinary action. Okay, like in this case, no. Let me introduce the A4, no. In this case, I'm giving it an ID as required for any record in Odoo. Okay. I'm giving it an ID, and to identify that it's mine, I'm giving it an ID of my my paper format A4 portrait. Okay. So what do we need to specify here? Aside from the ID, we need to prepare the name. Okay. Let me just indent this properly. Okay. So that's what we have now. So we have the name. Okay. We'll just have to set this as the default, and then eval is false. It's nothing important. The format, this is the important field. The format is A4. Okay, that will be given, I think 11 inches or 12 inches, no. And the orientation. Okay, the top margin should be important. Okay, we will be adjusting this depending on what records will be spilled over. Sometimes if you make the wrong top and bottom margins, no, records will be spilled over to the wrong pages. You have the left margin and the right margin. These are in pixels, no. The header line. Okay, we will not have a header line. We'll have a customized header line. The header spacing, this is also important. How much header we need to, how many lines we need to put. And the default dots per inch is 90 pixels, no, 90 dots per inch. Okay, so that's the dimensions are identified by the orientation portrait. Okay, to make a long story short, let me just copy all the formats that we will use, no? Or that are commonly used, no? Aside from uh, portrait, you also have landscape. Okay, so what we'll do is just identify another ID, no? Or another record, okay, with a different ID. This time this is A4, my paper format A4 landscape. Okay, and the orientation is landscape, the format is A4. Okay, and the model is paper format. It's a built-in model in Odoo. Okay, you'll find it somewhere. I forgot where it is in the add-ons and Odoo folders. Okay, and then there's a letter portrait, and there's also a letter landscape. So the important attributes are orientation and format. Of course, there's top margin, bottom margin, left margin, and header spacing. Okay, so we have to include this in our manifest.py. Okay, like any other. So how do we do that? We in the data. Okay, that should be the first that should be loaded. Okay, let us um, our guest bill report. We'll just comment it because we are going to bill it first. So now we have the paper format. Okay. Now the next thing to do is to create the default styles. It's recommended that you create the default style so that you can position the different elements properly, because creating a report is like creating an HTML page. Much more difficult because of the dimensions of the report itself. Okay. So usually we put the styles under assets, no, or assets, no, in the assets list in manifest.py. Okay, so we identify it as a property of web.report.assets.common. Okay, automatically Odoo will make a link tag to this. Okay, as it did to a bootstrap. Okay, it's automatically linked to a list of bootstrap classes. Okay, so in our hotel we will have a static folder, and we have an SRC, and we have SCRS because the SCSS because this will allow us to make looping and other logical operations, no, that are expanded of a term typical CSS file, no, where only purely styles are used. Okay, we have here SRC, and then we have reports SCSS report styles. Here are my suggested report styles. I have worked with this for a long time and they usually work. Now, uh, usually in a header, your table you will have uh, a set of borders. No, so this a thin table where the margin is both of the bottom is zero, and we put important because sometimes margins conflict. So the important tag will make the CSS style the default for everything, no? Even if it's changed later. Okay, so borders, our tables will have borders. Okay, and then the border collapse is collapse because in a table and every cell is inside a box. When you collapse the border, okay, there will be no double boxes. Now each cell will have a single box. Okay, and then our default sizes, so that we don't have to use the style tag. Okay, we'll just make classes. So we have to be familiar with CSS here. No, I presume you already know. So we have my LBL10. The font size is 10px. We'll have to put important so that when it's changed, this will still prevail. When you tag a property important, this will always prevail. If there are several of those which are important, the last important is the most important. So this is just a font sizing. When you say my LBL10, that's a font size 10. My LBL11 is, that's just a naming convention. The color styles, okay, we have color 555. This is gray. Color text style, we can a text style, no? Our default text style with the color of red and a 30px. The width classes, this is important, no? The width of the spans and the divs that we are going to use, no? So there are two classes here: the ordinary widths of the spans and those that are used in the tables, no? So spans and divs that are, or labels that are outside tables, will have an inline block. Okay, so when we say my W5, this has a width of 5 pixels, and inline block, so that they will not separate in an individual line. Okay, inline blocks are properties that are like spans. No, they will just squeeze themselves out inside the vacant space of a line. Okay, so heights. No, this we will use this for setting the heights of the table rows. And then we have table width classes. The main difference between table width is table widths are used for adjusting table columns or table cells. No, now table cells should not be inline block. So therefore, we just specify the width. No, table width should not be inline block. We have our padding, and then we have our default margins and paddings. When we say pad 2, 4, 2, 2, the left padding is 2, the right padding is 2. Pad 2, 4, the left is 2, the right is 4. And then we have my MP0. This is a shortcut. The margins of left to top right will be a 0, and the padding will also be 0. And top 0, 0 means the margin top is 0 and the padding top is 0. And then pad R2, the right padding is 2 pixels. Pad R3, the right padding is 3 pixels, and so on and so forth. So we'll refer to this every time we are going to use the classes. Okay, so how do we incorporate this in our manifest.py? We are going to put it in the assets property. Now it's different from the data list. We'll incorporate it in the assets list. I'm going to put a shortcut of a GitHub property that will show all the files that we need now, the assets and the paper format that we need to print, so that users can refer, their list view records to their PDF records. Okay, let me show you the new model for room bill. Okay, so in the room bill model, I have introduced a line number, okay, which does the calculation using the room bill, the index in the room bills ID. Okay, the index usually in a list, no, in a list view starts at 0, so we'll have a 1. Okay, with plus 1, so that will be our line number. Okay, to test this, let us run our. Our application. And then let's go to our website. It's local 8071 localhost. Sorry. Okay. Let me go to the hotel system, and then the guest registrations. Let's open this. Okay. So now we have a line number here. Okay. I have included this in the XML, which I am also going to update in the GitHub repository. Okay. So for example, in the guest registration XML, let me find that. Our project is already very large, so sometimes files are difficult to look for. So anyway, security, we're going to go to views, and then there's guest registration XML. Now in the room bills notebook, okay, or the guest bill notebook, I have included a field called the line number, and I have set it a width of 30px. Actually, we can do my width here, but anyway, this is a column number, so my table width is the property. Okay, and then we have a format. Okay, 05D, so that we will uh, we will align the line numbers. Now if you look at our line numbers, they are aligned. Okay, I hope you follow. So what do we do? The line numbers are just optional, no, but it's good that we have line numbers here because our report will also have line number. The most important thing is we have paper formats and we have CSS styles, so that we can properly arrange or rather present our PDF reports. Okay. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use the tags that I have discussed in the previous episode in QWeb and create a basic bill, guest bill. Okay. I hope you follow. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.